Hello world, welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to learn how to do this purple iridescent look, keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's get started. Today I'm going to be using the NYX eyeshadow base in the color Skin Tone Nude to prime my eyes. I'm using a flat Morphe brush for the application, but this doesn't have to be perfect. Just don't take the primer too high above the crease. Next, I'm jumping right into M.a.c Cosmetics Saddle to use as my transition shade. Using patting motions as opposed to swiping motions, I'm applying this color in the crease, above the crease, and all over the eyelid. This technique works really great with drier shadows, and it's absolutely necessary when you're working with a really creamy eyeshadow base. This shadow in particular takes a little bit of finessing to get the powder to kick up enough to apply to the eye. But with a little time, a little patience, and a lot of patting, you'll be able to get a nice coverage. For this step, I'd recommend a taupe colored eyeshadow or something that's light brown that can almost mimic a taupe, such as this one. Next, I'm taking M.a.c Cosmetics Brown Script, which is a warm reddish brown shade, and I'm applying it to my crease and outer lid area using a Morphe M441 brush. I'm starting out with patting motions and then following it up with slight swiping motions once I've already got some color down. This is to ensure that the color actually sticks before we start blending it into the other shadow. So basically you're going to be doing a half pat, half swipe type of motion until you can build up enough color in your crease. I will then proceed to take M.a.c Cosmetics Intuit eyeshadow on a M.a.c 239 eyeshader brush and apply that to the outer lid area of my eye. I'm going to pack this reddish purpley brown color on the outer lid, not taking it up too high and just enough to build up the color. I'm also not going to take it too far in on the eyelid, just about halfway. Once we've packed on enough color on both eyelids, I'm going to dip right back into M.a.c Brown Script. I'm adding more color to the crease so that we can keep up our gradient. I'm also adding a little bit more saddle above the crease so we don't lose too much of that shade either. Next, for the fun part, I'm going to take the NYX eyeshadow base and slowly start to carve out my cut crease. Now this isn't a full cut crease, so I'm only going to apply the base to the inner half of my lid area. Now you do want to be fairly precise with this step because you really don't want to go too high above the crease. I like to look up and look down while I'm creating this cut crease because you not only don't want it to go too high, but you also don't want it to go too low. This is especially important for people with hooded eyes. Try to make this area just big enough to show the shadow. For the star of the show, I'm going to dip into the clearly well-loved shade Retrograde from the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Using a flat Morphe brush, I'm going to pat this color right on top of the eyeshadow base. Be careful about going outside of this area when applying your color. Eyeshadows with glitter in them can be quite tricky to clean up if you get them onto an area that you didn't want it to be in. So just cover your area and move on. I'm adding a little bit more saddle to the inner crease area, just cleaning it up a bit. I'm also going to freshen up our outer lid by adding a little bit more I'm into it. I'm going to dip into the color Noir from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette and start packing that color onto the outer V area of my lid, not packing on too much color. I'm then going to blend this shade outward in sort of an angle. This is to create a shadowy winged effect. I'm not picking up any more color on my brush, I'm just working with what I already have, carefully blending the color upward. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other eye, packing the color on the outer V, not taking up too much, and just blending outward at an angle. Then I'm going to pack on just a little bit more into it and move on to the eyeliner. I'm going to take the NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner in black and create a thin line. I like to start in the center, go to the outside of the eye, and then the inside. But the way you apply the liner really doesn't matter as long as it's thin. So take your time. Liner should never be rushed. I'm going to clean up my under eye area with a makeup wipe. There's bound to be glitter. And now, foundation time. There we go. I'm going to take M.a.c Brown Script on a Morphe pencil brush and apply that color to the outer half of my lower lid. Then I'm going to take M.a.c Intuit on a short Anastasia Beverly Hills packing brush and apply that color to the center of both of my under eyelids. Once that looks good, I'm going to dip back into the color Noir. On a Morphe flat liner brush, I'm going to apply that color onto the outer half of my waterline, not bringing the color too low. Finally, I'm going to take Retrograde on a Morphe detailed crease brush and add that color to the inner corners of my eye. And we're done! I finished off the look by adding some mascara, a little bit of blush, and my favorite lip gloss ever, Burt's Bees Lip Shine in the color Spontaneity. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. For more fun makeup looks, don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.